Hello Twisters! Today's video I'm going to show you how to make Keto Florentine cookies. It's an almond cookie. Let me show you one. It's just beautiful. It's delicate. Keto is vegan, and I just wanted to show you, as if I can get it against the plate there. You can see how lacy it is. It's just crunchy. It's good. And it's made with sliced almonds, and it's just very good. So stay tuned, and we'll get right to the ingredients and how to make these wonderful, wonderful cookies. Well, let's get to the ingredients for our Florentine cookies. We have 1.5 cups of sliced almonds. These are raw almonds, and we put them in first. It's very few ingredients. The next thing we're going to put in is a generous half cup of the Sucrin Gold. It's, you know, all my bakings, I use the Sucrin products and just love them. So this is the baking, the brown sugar. The next thing it calls for is the scrape or the zest of orange, and it is 1 teaspoon of zest. You can see I've been working on my orange. Okay. And the next thing is to put well, usually in all the recipes it calls for 2 white egg whites, just the whites. But since I'm allergic to eggs, I'm using, this time there are a lot of go-tos for it, like flaxseed. But this is agar, and I'll put a link down. You've seen me use it before, especially in my pumpkin pie. It's a binder, and what it does is when it gets heated up, it binds whatever it's in. And this calls for 1 tablespoon per 1 tablespoon for 1 egg. So I've got 2 eggs, so I've got 2 tablespoons of the agar, and I put in 2 tablespoons of warm water and let that sit a minute. Now this is, and then you're just going to mix it until all of the almonds, and let me tell you, you think maybe they won't get mixed, but it does. It mixes and it covers everything. You just have to keep at it and kind of mush it down and around so all of the almonds get covered. And because we're going to put this very thinly out on a sheet, and we're going to bake it at 300 degrees in your oven for 20-25 minutes. One thing when you use the Sucrin products, or any of the sweeteners I should say, it's just not the Sucrin, they all turn a little brown faster. So you think something is burnt, and it's not. It's just how these sweeteners, the steviol, ethanol, I can't even pronounce it. Anyway, react with the heat and when you're baking. So now when I've made this, the other thing I put in here is sucre drops, which is just another type of sweetener. But as you can see, the almonds are really getting covered nicely, and you just have to keep working at it. And let me put I'll put all the ingredients. Now I'm putting the recipes, I'm not putting down below anymore because it hasn't been easier to print out. So my Facebook page, Living Life with a Twist, is going to have the both the video and the recipe that you can print out and from Facebook. And also I've started another group, a community. It's called what it was called, Living a Twisty Life. And that's a group, that's a community that we all can share stuff with, and that's on Facebook. So I've got a Facebook page, Living Life with a Twist, that I'm going to put the recipes on, and so you can print them out. And then our group is called Living a Twisty Life. I know. Alright, so there it is. It's all covered. It's ready to go. Now, the size, it takes 24. It's going to take 24. Let me get all this out of here. It's going to yield 24 cookies. Florentine cookies. So this is how you do it. Let's see if you can see if I'm in. Yeah, I'm in the frame. You just take a little bit, and it's about, oh, that's too much. Okay, there we go. And that is, oh, I don't know what, 2-3 inches across, no more than that, because it is going to, you want to spread it out so it will become, yeah, smaller is good. There we are. Now, after we're going to put these in a 300-degree oven. In fact, I need to put it on right now. We're talking about it. It won't take long because I've had my oven on today. I'm a baker. I love to bake. As you can see, all my videos. And you just pat it down with either the back of your spoon or your fingers and just pat them flat. But try not to get them too much here. You can make them smaller, because we're going to end up, when they're done and they're cooled, we're going to pipe some chocolate. So while they're is cooking, baking for 20 minutes, we're going to we're going to talk about and get the chocolate ready. So we will be right back. You don't need to sit here, and you see how I'm doing here. So you don't need to sit and watch this whole time here. But you get the idea of how to put it out and spread it out. And we'll be right back. While the cookies, Florentine cookies, are baking in the oven, we're going to talk chocolate, because the chocolate is going to be put on top when they're cooled. Now, there are several kinds of chocolates you can melt and use on your cookies. There is the unsweetened chocolate cacao and bakers, and it's called for 4 ounces, which is the whole bar. And you just chop this up in little bits. And I've got a way you can do this. I just wanted to show you. This is my little trick. I don't have a fancy double boiler, and they all say to do that. So this is what I do. I take a pan and I put, this is a large wide mouth, as you can see, because I do a lot of canning, and these are the rings that go on the tops. And there's a regular one. And then I put a 2-cup, of course it doesn't matter, it's whatever pot you have. And once you put that in, you can put your, chop this all up in little bits, and then fill this with water. And the rings keep this is Pyrex, from touching the bottom of the pan. So that's one way. And then when you do that, there's no sugar. Then you put, I put sugar drops in it for the sugar, so the sweetener. And that really works well. Okay, that's one. Let me show you a few others. Lily makes, and I've showed you these before when I make chocolate chips or something, but they make chocolate chips, and this is erythritol stevia blend. And they also make dark chocolate, which is sweetened. They both are sweetened. They're vegan. They're they're no gluten in them. So it's really, they're very tasty. They're very good. And you do the same thing with them that you do, is you melt them, or if you want, I often do it 30 seconds at a time in a microwave. But if you don't have a microwave and you want to do it right on your stove, then use this process over here with the pot and the rings. Now, so that's it. And I'll put a link down where you can get all these. And actually, some of the recipes that I've seen calls for a bar, for 4-ounce bar. And so that's this whole thing. Now Sucrin makes also their own bar. Now they're not cheap, but boy, I'm telling you, they're wonderful for these special little things. Now what I do, oh, and the third thing, if you don't want to do, is this Hershey's sugar-free, but this is not the best. It has the maltose, and it really raises my husband's glucose up. But for a pinch, it's not too bad, and if you just use a little bit on the top, it's not going to do as much, because you're going to have the sucrin gold, which is the brown sugar, in the cookie itself, because it really comes out like a, you know, praline. Okay, so this is, so you choose. You choose how you want to do your chocolate. Now, I've done mine. I did the Lily's baking chips, they call them, and I melted it 30-second intervals in the microwave, but it's ready to go. So all I have to do is snip off this little end. This, I know, canning. This is my pint-sized jar, wide mouth, which I took the ring off and put it in the pan. And so I just used that and stuck a sandwich bag over it and stuck all my chocolate in here that I'm going to be piping. So when they come out of the oven here in about 7-8 minutes, and then they cool a little bit, and then I'll be able to pipe these on and let them cool completely. So that's how easy that is. So you can be putting this together, and you have lots of options, and I will put links to all of these below so you can get them. And I really appreciate you getting Amazon and stuff through us. It doesn't cost you anymore, but it gives us points with Amazon, and we really appreciate it. And Facebook is where you're going to find the print. I'm just saying this all to remind you, and I'll put a link, or you just look it up on Facebook when you're there, Living Life with a Twist. And then our community I have set up is I don't know what it's called, Living Life Twisty. No, Living Twisty, I don't know, whatever it is. But it's on the other Facebook page. You'd think I know, but I just set it up. So, Living a Twisty Life, that's it. Living a Twisty Life is the group, our community, so we can talk to each other and share things, and really, that's what it's all about, isn't it, community? So, anyway, this is it, and I'll be back when they're cooled and out of the oven. Just pulled out the Florentine cookies, and you can see how lacy, they're pretty. I just let them set on, you need to either have a parchment or so you can see how easy it comes off, parchment paper, but I had silicone, which I really love. Everybody should have a silicone pat. I've had this for 20-odd years. But, yeah, I'm old. Okay, so we're going to pull them off over here and let them finish cooling. Whoops. Yeah, they do come apart. They do spread. They melt, if you would, because the sugar and everything all melts, and the, yeah, I can get all this out of here. Maybe parchment paper would have been better. Who knows? But this is what I use. So, get all this stuff off of here. And then we're going to pipe some, the chocolate on there. And that is our last step. And I've got another batch. I do 12, so I put in on 2 sheets. Let's scoot over there, guys. See if I can get them all on there, because I want to catch the chocolate that's going to drip, because no, I'm not very perfect at chocolate squishing, but it's going to be easy. Put all this on here, and the last one here on this sheet. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to put these back on to catch. Oh, that's one for me. Oh yeah, yum yum. All right. So, I'm going to tell you, if this gets seized, which mine looks like to do, I'm going to pour hot water on it, and you see how it's seized up? Put the bag in hot water, and it'll melt all that again. I'll be right back. Well, we're back, and I'd softened up my chocolate with just hot water from the tap, and I just really easy enough to do. The next time I will do it, and suggest that you also do the chocolate after everything is ready and is cooled and you're ready to apply it, and not do it way ahead of time. But, you know, that's what I usually do. But, you know, doing this, sharing this video with you, I was not thinking about it. So, anyway, so here is the chocolate, whatever you want to do. And just take a little bit corner. And you can just see how easy this is to decorate, apply, add a little chocolate. You know, it just makes a beautiful presentation, as well as, oh, you can't ever have enough chocolate. Well, you can, but this really gives it a great flavor. And again, this chocolate needs to you know, dry, cool. It'll harden up, and then you can stack it and have it for kids' meals or lunches or whatever. But they are kind of fragile and they do break, but oh, they're so good. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on how to make Florentines, and it's keto, and it's just wonderful and lacy, and very, you can see how lacy that is. It's just so crunchy and good. And almonds, it's just almonds. So until next time, please like and subscribe, and don't forget our Facebook page, Living Life with a Twist, and our group, Living a Twisty Life. And a lot of stuff is going to go on there. This recipe is going to be printed on our Facebook page, Living Life with a Twist. So check it out, and just enjoy this beautiful, wonderful cookie. Bye for now.